Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to be walking you through the top 5 dumbest mistakes that I see in Google Ads still in 2026. So to kick it off, we're going to go into goals because at the baseline of every campaign is your data. And if you're giving it bad data, you're oftentimes going to be getting pretty awful results. Big thing that I will see people do, this is specifically for the lead gen side of things, is optimizing for click to calls. So click to calls right here, as you can see, we're getting a ton of click to calls. The reason we have it secondary is because it's actually not a very useful conversion. Another thing that people will often do with click to calls is that they will set it to every. So basically, if someone clicks your ad, they go to your website, they click on the call button on your app on your website, it doesn't call you. They click it 3 more times, it doesn't call you 3 times because for whatever reason your website's broken or their web browser isn't allowing them to call, or they're on a computer so they can't call you to begin with. They click it 4 times. It counts as 4 conversions. Google's like, awesome, I just got a $2 click to get 4 conversions. Let's go find more people like this. And it will go and show your ads to just the most atrocious audiences, not helping you at all. Not to mention that just tracking someone clicking, even if you have a click to call set up properly, just somebody clicking on your call button doesn't mean anything. You could have 500 people click on your call button and only receive 1, or honestly, you could receive 0 legit phone calls. So the reason why you should set it up differently is because there's the option to optimize for phone calls of a certain length, which I will show you here. Right down here in our phone call leads, you can do calls from ads, and what you can do is you can actually set it to a certain call length. So only calls lasting over 60 seconds for this business actually count as conversions, meaning we're optimizing for calls from people who are actually interested, because you can't fake a 60-second phone call. Second big issue that I see from newer advertisers is in the campaign's settings, setting it to location, presence, or interest. So I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. And basically the common problem that you will have when you set it to location, presence, or interest is that anybody anywhere can actually see your ad, even when you're only targeting a specific area. So if we go down here, you'll see that you can check this, but this is what it defaults to, is presence or interest. So somebody in India, if they were interested in veneer services in California, they could look up veneer services in California and see your ad, and Google would pay for that spot. So if you leave it here, you'll often see really cheap CPCs, but you'll see that you're getting a ton of CPCs in places that you're actually not targeting. So this is almost completely useless. It's really a way Google tries to scam you. Another big issue that I see is that businesses who've been running ads for a little while now, at least a couple of years, are no longer testing out Performance Max because they got burned by it in 2023, 2024, and even early 2025 when Google was still kind of developing the algorithm around Performance Max. But with the amount of data that Google has, as long as you are optimizing for high quality conversions, so for example, offline conversions, sending data back from your CRM, and optimizing for actual events that are happening in your CRM and not just events that are happening on your website. So for example, our form submission getting sent to our CRM, and then in the CRM we confirm that it's a quality form submission, and we also have an offline conversion that tracks for appointments booked. This means that we can actually optimize for quality leads as opposed to just any type of lead, because as everyone knows, Performance Max is fantastic at getting you just absolute crap. If you tell it to get you form submissions, it will find the best bot farms to fill out your forms. So making sure you're sending good data back to Performance Max, you will see significantly better results out of it. So highly recommend trying it out if you've gotten burned by it before in the past, as long as you have good data tracking on the back end. Jumping back into the search settings, this is something that honestly, this has always been a problem. This has been a problem for quite a while now, but people still opting into the display network or search network. You will get tons of spam placements on Google's display network because there are tons of just bot farms and click farms that Google still shows their ads on because they still make money on it. And by opting into the display network, you're going to get extremely cheap CPCs, but oftentimes, especially if you have not fantastic tracking on the back end, it will operate the same way as Performance Max does in getting you tons of spam form submissions, tons of click-to-calls, but no real conversions. It will also show your ads to literally everybody, and you're not going to see a bunch of benefit out of this. If you want to use the display network, you should set up a display campaign specifically to spend a specific portion of your budget on the display network, as opposed to allowing Google to spend your search budget wherever it deems is easiest to spend, which is almost always the display network, and it doesn't allow you to specifically optimize for the amount of spend going into the search terms that you actually want to show for. Another big issue that I see is people still using old strategies from 2021, 2022 of single keyword ad groups. So what a single keyword ad group would look like is essentially having one ad group specifically for each one of your keywords, even if they are basically the exact same, they have the exact same intent behind them. That just no longer works. It is much better to aggregate your data into one ad group and allow Google to show your ad with the already 15 different headlines to a variety of those same type of search keywords. Because also, given how broad match is, if you were wanting to go in and try to do these very niche specific single keyword ad groups, you're going to be forcing Google into auctions that it would rather not be in, as opposed to taking advantage of the algorithm, giving Google a big list of the campaigns or of the keywords that you're wanting to target, and allow it to basically dip its toe into the auction whenever it feels it has enough data backing up that this person may be highly likely to convert, as opposed to being single keyword ad group, exact match. Hey, show my ad every single time someone searches this, regardless of what Google knows about them and how unlikely they are to convert. And that kind of goes into the fifth thing, which would be broad match, and people still avoiding using broad match because they've gotten burned by it in the past. Same thing with Performance Max. Google has gotten significantly better with their algorithm, the amount of data that they have on us, especially given the AI overviews and people using Gemini, the amount of data that they have behind the intent of people who are searching for any given keyword. In this case, veneers is significantly higher than it was in any years previously, and it will only continue to get better. And by not using broad match, you're not allowing Google to go and find the people who are most likely to convert for your services. So obviously not a completely exhaustive list, but just something that I've seen in the first couple of weeks of 2026 that hopefully this will save one or two people a couple $100 or several $1,000s from making these stupid mistakes. So hope this video helps, and I will see you in the next one.